Today I will be making a twist box for you. This is basically how to make a twist box. So, what you will need for this is a squared paper, preferably origami paper because it's easier to fold and easier to move around and manipulate, and yeah. So what you want to do first, the first step, is just to make an X. So you just want to basically fold the corners, creating an X basically in the square. And you want to start this with the white side up, because then the outside of your box will be green or blue or whatever color your paper is or the pattern. So there's one part, and then you want to do the other one. So yeah, basically you just make these diagonal folds. And use your nail if you want to make the folds, like stand out more, or more. They're easier to fold basically if you use your nail. So now what you want to do is you want to have your paper like this, and you want to make markings here in the middle. So basically like the top, like not fold completely through, but just like if I were to take the paper and move it here. So what I would do is, instead of folding this whole thing, I would just fold the top part here. So like that. And this makes a small marking, which is going to be really useful for the next step, because we're going to have to fold into the middle. So what you want to do is you want to do this on both sides, because if you just do it on the top, then it might go slanted. And then you want to do it on these sides too, because you don't have markings for the middle. So you want to just take this and then fold it up, and here at the top edge. If you make it in the middle, which would of course be really useful, the thing is that we're gonna have to do some special folding later, which is gonna make it a bit harder to fold if you make it in the middle. So the edges are always more useful to use. So what you want to do next is you want to make the kabad fold. So you just take one of the edges. It has to be from the sides, not the corners, just like the sides. And you just want to fold it to these markings that we just made. So you want to fold it up here. And as you can tell, it's like the door of a kabad. See, and then if you make the other one, then it looks even more like a kabad. So you just fold it upwards until it meets the other one, and then the other one, and there. And then you want to unfold these. So we have basically there two, and what we want to do is we want to fold this one again towards this one here at the top. So you just take this and then you fold it upwards to the top fold that we made. And then when you turn it around, you're going to be confused because, oh no, I have two lines here, two folds. Which one do I fold this piece up to? So remember, it's always the one at the top, the one that's closest to the edge. Okay, so you want to take this and you want to fold it up to the top one. Not all the way to the top, of course. So yeah, just fold this. And there we have it. We have four folds that we just made. And now we have to do the same thing to make it sort of, like we've done the vertical ones, so we need to do the horizontal ones. So we make the kabad fold again. And we just fold here. It doesn't have to be very precise. I mean, it's not like, at the end of the world if you make something a bit slanted. But of course, I mean, if you make everything very precise, then it will help a lot when you're doing the rest of the folds. So then remember to do the other ones. So you bring it up to basically like the hinge of the kabad, and you fold like that. And then you do the same with the other side, bring it to the top fold, and just align it with the fold and then push down. And then we are done with the basic things for the twist box. So then what we want to do is we want to take this top edge, preferably to the top right, or for you it would be the bottom left. So you just want to take it and you want to fold it down to this intersection here. So where the outermost fold here meets the outermost fold here. So you want to just take it and fold it down. You're gonna get some of this because of the other folds that we made. But just, you know, if you just push it down, it'll go away, more or less. And you want to make sure that this bottom one aligns with the bottom one and this top one aligns with the top one. And of course, it doesn't have to be like perfect, but you know, if you can get as close as you can, then that'll be really helpful. And then you unfold it. So then we have a diagonal line here. And what we want to do is we want to rotate the paper 90 degrees and then make the same fold again. And we want to do this on all sides, all four sides. Then you just grab this one, align it, make sure everything is good, and then fold down. And if you pay attention to this, they should be parallel with the X lines that we made on the first step. And here's the last side. Okay, there. So now, what you want to do is you want to unfold that, and then we are done with the white side basically. So what you want to do is you want to turn your paper over so it is, you know, on the colorful side, or if it's still white, then it's still white. But you want to turn it over. And then you want to grab, there is a small square here in the middle, like right in the center of the thing, and you want to grab one side, just any side, doesn't really matter, and you want to just kind of pinch it with one hand, and then this diagonal is going to start to go in, and then you're going to have to, like, you know, kind of like fold the diagonal, and then this top part is going to pop up. And then this is going to get a bit wrinkly, but yeah, it should end up like this. So like this whole side disappears and then you're just left with a triangle up here, so this pointy bit, and then you're left with some excess here. Then you want to just rotate 90 degrees, and then you want to grab the other side of the small square that you had in the center, and you want to pinch it, and then this diagonal folds inwards, and then see this triangle pops up out of nowhere. So it's like magic. And then you just turn it around, and then you have this excess here on the side, so you just grab the middle again and pinch. The diagonal folds inward. Now you're gonna have to like do some fixing here, or else it'll, you know, make some folds that you don't want. And then the fold goes down like that. And see this corner already, like, you know, there. So there, now we have basically the thing. The last one should go up by itself, kind of. And then if you want, you can just, you know, like, make these, you know, more, you can just fold them a bit more. And we are left with this. So, like, you know, kind of a star with 4 points, and then the square in the middle that we had when we were doing this step. So what you want to do now is you want to flip it over. So then you have basically a white square made out of 4 triangles, and then you have like the other triangles that stick out of these triangles. So you want to just take one, and you want to fold. You want to have this part meet with this. So you just want to grab it and do that, and then just fold it down. And this is kind of where it gets a bit complicated. You want to grab just this part, like this edge has to meet with this one here. So you're just gonna grab it and you're gonna fold it upwards so it makes a, you know, this sort of shape. And now it gets, you know, you have to like look a bit closer, and you have to grab this tiny piece here and just line this up with this one. So you want to grab it and you want to make a very small fold like that, and then you want to fold it down, and then you unfold, then you want to grab this up and you want to open it like this from here, and then you're going to flip this back. So you see it was down like this, and then you're going to flip upwards. And careful with ripping the paper, you can rip it quite easily. Then you end up with this thing, then you can just fold that up again, and then you can just open it. And then we do this to each side. So all 4 sides like this. So you want to fold it down like that, then you want to fold this part up, then you want to grab this triangle, fold it upwards, unfold everything, then open the flap, and then push. And then you see, now we've already done half. See, this step is, a bit longer than the other ones, maybe, and a bit more complicated. But we are, halfway, pretty much. So, yeah. Another thing is that if you have big hands, this can be, a bit challenging. So, maybe you could get someone with smaller hands to help you if you can't do all of these smaller folds. And here we have our last flap that we want to fold. And we just want to align it with this middle fold. It goes like straight through this square, so it's basically like the middle fold. And then what you want to do is, just like the same as the other ones. So you grab this and you make this it's like half a kite, kind of. I like to think of it as half a kite, or, a slightly elongated triangle. And then you fold it out, you pop it out, and then you fold it, and then there. So now we are left with all of, this mess. So we still have the square, but now we have these things. What do we do with these? So you want to fold one down, and then you want to fold the other one, but it covers the other one. So what you want to do is you want to take this, and this is where it gets a bit complicated. You want to lift these a bit, and then this one, the one that points inward into one of these, you want to grab the tip and insert it into one of these. So, yeah. See, and now this one covers that one, so we want to lift that, and you want to kind of get it through here. And this tip goes kind of towards the inside of this, so you just grab that and insert the tip. And then the last one is the hardest, because you have all this pressure from the paper. Like some of these white things will not be, perfect or anything. So, yeah, I mean, do what you can. And then the last one, you lift, and then you want to, this is the hard part, because you have to insert this tip into something, and then you have to insert the other tip into this. So you want to insert it into this one here. So what you can do is you can grab a pin like this, just this sort of pin, and you want to kind of, this is if you have big hands, and you can just basically lift the flap up, and then you can put it in. I'm not very good with the pin because I don't use it a lot, or ever actually. So you just kind of have to lift that whole thing up, and then it won't go in. It won't lay flat, so then you have to lift this other tip into the one that you just put down. And you might get a few, weird folds here, but yeah, mine just went out again, so I have to reinsert it. And you should be left with something that looks like this. So you have this white sort of star here, and then you have a bigger star, which is exactly the same shape as this, but in the color or maybe the same color, depending on what paper you use. So we have the box kind of made already. So you flip it like over, and then what you want to do is you want to like kind of flip these up, and then this starts turning, and then you want to pull on them just a bit, like a little tug, not to rip it open. Then you want to pull on these a bit too, and then it puffs up, and yeah, there you have your box. And an extra step, you can see that the sides are kind of like going in, so I mean, of course you can't put anything in this box, it's just for decoration. And what you do is you can grab, not this part, but inside there is a flap that you can grab, and you can just kind of push it inward, sort of like towards the center of the box. So this is a bit harder to do, but if you want to do it, you can, which basically makes the box, you know, like kind of lose a corner from the inside. It gives it a kind of cooler illusion because, you know, it just like cuts in straight inside from there instead of having like a normal, you know, boring corner. So you can just pull that down towards the center and the bottom, push a bit to fold it, and then yeah, see, you have a quite interesting corner here. So you want to push that down again, fold that, and then see, and then we only have one more side to do. Your box might deflate a bit, but you can always, you know, like pull the corners and then it'll puff up again. So here is the twist box. Let me pull this again. Yeah, thanks for watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be making a new video soon. Thank you for watching.